This is an exercise video on nomenclature, or the naming of compounds. First, we will practice naming ionic compounds. First, let's try some simpler ones. Remember, ions are named by their positive ion or their cation, and then by their negative ion or their anion. So the name of this first compound is acetate. The third compound is calcium carbonate, and the fourth compound is copper sulfate. The names of all the cations are in green, and the name of all the anions are in red. Let's try a couple more examples. Here are some less common ones. The first compound is known as sodium nitride. The second compound is known as sodium thiocyanate. The thio is from the sulfur, and the cyanate is from the Cn. The third compound is known as potassium permanganate. The fourth compound is known as magnesium dichromate. It's dichromate because there are two chromiums. This next compound is known as aluminum nitride. Sorry, I have to make a correction to earlier. This group is not a nitride, but rather is an azide. And that's the distinction. When there are three nitrogens in the ion, it has a 1- charge and is an azide. Whereas when there's only one nitrogen, it has a 3- charge and thus is a nitride. Sorry. This last compound is called hydrogen peroxide. This is peroxide, not an oxide, because this ion has a 2- charge. And that's all for naming ionic compounds. Now we'll do some examples with naming binary molecular compounds, which are covalently bonded between nonmetallic elements. Here are some examples. This first compound is carbon dioxide, because the first atom is a carbon and the second atom is an oxygen. And there are two of them, which makes it di. The second compound is known as carbon monoxide. Because there's only one carbon here, it's monooxide. Notice that the first atom, even though there's only one carbon, does not have a mono in front of it. This next compound is known as Tetra phosphorus Deca sulfide. It is tetra because there are 4 phosphates, and deca because there are 10 sulfurs. This next compound is just known as mercury. There is no special name for it just because it is by itself. It is not called monomercury. It is just mercury. This next compound is obviously water, but its technical name is dihydrogen monoxide because there are 2 hydrogens and only 1 oxide. And that's all for examples. Thanks for watching.